Rav Kahane was a leader who a lot of Jews saw, a lot of nationalist Jews saw, as standing up for Jewish interests, as standing up for Jewish rights, right? As fighting against our enemies on behalf of the Jews, and talking about all the necessary issues of Jewish identity that we need to confront, right? And talking about all of the things that made Jews uncomfortable in the United States. Problem, and for me, I'm saying this as somebody who's only here today because of Rav Kahane, meaning my way in was the JDL. That's how I came into the Jewish world. But 25 years later, almost 26 years later, I can say that what we need today, what the Jewish people need today, is a leader like that, not connected to right-wing politics. Meaning in the black community in the United States, the more left a black leader is, the more militant they are on behalf of black rights. And the more committed they are to black identity. The more right-wing a black leader in the United States is, the more he sells out that identity, the more he tries to dilute that identity, and the less militant he is on behalf of black rights. Like the more he compromises on black identity and black rights, to be like Carlton Banks from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's an example of like a figure in pop culture of like a right-wing black American, right? But the Jewish Carlton Banks, who just wants to assimilate into American society and tone down his Jewish identity, right? And not see anti-Semitism really, and not, not be too sensitive to it. He's actually a liberal. Right? He's more of a liberal in Western civilization. And we have to ask ourselves, why is that? Why is it that in the black community, to be on the left politically and to be active on black issues makes somebody radical but also stronger when it comes to the rights of their people? And the Jewish community, it's the opposite. Well, how one perceives their position in American society. Is one punching up or punching down? Now, the mistake the Jews make is that the Jews, one of the ways I think anti-Semitism functions as a system of oppression, is that the Jews see ourselves as more vulnerable than we might even be. And we're perceived by outsiders as more powerful than we are. So we always think we're punching up and everyone else sees us as punching down. The mistake I think the JDL made, historically, the JDL did see itself as punching up. Rav Kahane did see the Jews as an oppressed minority group. But he also believed that the interests of the Jewish people lied with the political right, like the anti-Soviet camp. Maybe it was partially because the Soviet Jews were prisoners of the Soviet Union and it's a Cold War. That could be part of it. And also with the various ethnic white communities in the New York area, Italians, primarily Italians, like he said, and a lot of the actual conflicts that were taking place that like Jews in New York found themselves in were the result of transitioning neighborhoods where formerly Jewish neighborhoods were becoming black neighborhoods, and a lot of the Jews who were left behind, meaning most of the Jews it's called urban sprawl, they had moved out to the suburbs. But the Jews who couldn't afford that move, who were left behind, especially the elderly, were experiencing themselves as victims of the new population coming in. So there are many factors that put the JDL on the right. But I think it was a mistake for the JDL to take a position for the Vietnam War. There's actually a book that Rav Kahane wrote called The Jewish Stake in Vietnam, where he makes an argument for supporting the Vietnam War. And I think that was a mistake because at the time, and this is a time of, radical politics, the late 1960s, early 70s in the United States, at the time, the Jews, a lot of radical Jews, were joining JDL thinking it was their Black Panther Party, thinking it was their unique kind of liberation movement. They're gonna, as Jews, be part of the bigger revolution, but with the Jewish formation that can fight alongside the Young Lords and the Black Panthers and the Weathermen and whoever, right? Well, truth is, the Weathermen were pretty Jewish also, largely. But what ended up happening was the JDL positioned itself in opposition to those groups and in support of the Vietnam War and with the US government. I think that was a mistake. And when Rav Kahane made Aliyah and came here, I think that the issue, I think there was a lot of issues, by the way, that Rav Kahane was correct about that are still relevant to us, but the issue he zeroed in on electorally was the Palestinian question. And the idea of them needing to go and they can't be here. And that was the issue he's remembered for. And that's the issue that people who today would call themselves Kahanistim, it's hard to call oneself a Kahanist if they don't accept his position on the Arab question. If somebody doesn't, there are a lot of people who call themselves Kahanistim who might not accept his position on the U.S.-Israel relationship. Right? He believed Israel should be free from the United States. But a person can believe that Israel is Robin and America is Batman and still call himself a Kahanist if he believes that Israel should drive out the Arabs, or whatever the word to transfer, or the gentle word for it today, So we need a new kind of leadership figure that is as deeply rooted in our story, as militant when it comes to Jewish rights and Jewish interests, as able to lead, but doesn't attach himself to the right wing of the Western political spectrum. And ideally has no antagonism towards the Palestinians.